Hello everyone. So, in the last video, you guys might remember that I did do a piece using all red art supplies. Yeah. So, I thought that it would be fun to do this again, but with the color orange, since it's the color right after red. And for today's video, I did move to a different area. This is a drafting table, but it can also be used for art table, so I thought that I would just use this and see how it works. And if you're not already subscribed, please remember to do that and turn on notifications and hit the like button. So without further ado, let's get started. So yes, here is the color art supply box. And we're doing orange today, and remember to like and subscribe again. This is just the paper that I use. Didn't really fit in with the intro. Okay, anyway, here are the orange supplies. There's the orange in this palette here, and the orange in this palette here. And then these are all the markers and crayons and pencils that I have. Got my washi tape too. So it's gonna be fun to see what I make. So I did do some practice drawing, thumbnailing, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to draw Aquaman for this video because his shirt's orange. And so yeah, this is what I'm going to draw, but I'm going to draw it again and I'm going to orange it up. So yeah, let's get started with that. Okay, so this is the reference picture that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to start my rough draft with this erasable Crayola colored pencil again. Okay, so I have the sketch of the face done, and I'm going to put the camera down for a little bit so I could really focus on getting this nice, and then I'll come back when I'm done with the rough sketching outline. Okay, so after some time, the sketch is done, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. I think that it looks pretty good. Kind of scared to color it in with anything else, but guess I'm going to have to try that. Okay, so I did forget to do some of the swatches, so I'm going to try to color in Aquaman's shirt right now, and I want to use a colored pencil so that it doesn't look too horribly different from what I originally intended it to look like. So I'm just going in with this Lego colored pencil here, swatching it out. This is regular orange. Now we have macaroni and cheese. Vivid tangerine. Looks pretty tangerine-y. I don't know if you can see how well tangerine-y it looks, but it looks tangerine-y in real life. And then finally this one, oh boy, it's hard to see. Neon carrot. That's just not gonna cut it. Okay, so not sure what I'm gonna do with these two. These are the light ones, but gonna work it out. And last but not least, another Gloria crayon. These were the best when I was little. Alright. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this light colored Atomic Tangerine and just slightly go over where it would be the skin. And next I'm going to take Neon Carrot and just lightly shade in the areas that are a little darker on his face. Okay, now I'm going to use macaroni and cheese color crayon, not the actual food. Some mac and cheese would sound good right now. Anyway, just gonna go in his hair with this. Wow, you can barely tell I even did anything with this crayon. Oh well, it's gonna be like that sometimes. So now what I'm going to do, just to make the areas that need to be darker just a little bit more evident, I'm going to go in with this light colored pencil, orange, and just fill it in like that. I'm also going to go in his trident, pretty sure that's what it's called, with the macaroni and cheese color, because his trident's kind of a gold color, and his hair is kind of a gold color, so, well, consistency is key. Oh, also gonna do this in gold. Well, this isn't gold, it's macaroni and cheese. So all of the lightish yellow, goldish parts are done. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a darker color and make his shirt darker orange. Okay, so I have now used all of the crayons and colored pencils, and I know I didn't show all of it, but I have used all of these in some way or another, whether it was going over areas like this and just adding a little bit of color, or honestly just like making a little line somewhere, but that's how I used them. Okay, so next what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take my orange Tombow, and I'm just going to go over the areas where the scaly texture was. And I'm going to go over that because it got lost when I went through here with the colored pencil. So I'm just going to fill that in. Okay, so I outlined his shirt with the Tombow marker, and I made all the designs in the shirt. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Crayola marker and a Sharpie, because they're darker, and I'm going to go in and exaggerate the shadows. Okay, so I went over them with this Crayola marker, and I'm just going back over and I'm darkening up the spots that I did before. Okay, so here I darkened a couple things up and I worked on the line art a little bit. And now I'm gonna go in with these gloves and I'm gonna figure out a darker color to use for that. Okay, so I've got everything darkened up, and just to use this marker, I'm just going in like this into the darker parts. Like that. So now my next step is to color in the belt So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a more solid outline of the belt here with this. Like that. There's a little Aquaman A. And then I'm gonna cover this with a lighter orange, probably this color or one of these on here. And yeah, going in with Atomic Tangerine. Just coloring the belt in. Okay, so now to use this glitter pen, I think I'm going to use it on his trident because it's shiny. This is kind of shiny, sparkly. Yeah. Wow, that's some pretty strong color. I wasn't expecting that from this little marker, but okay. Alrighty, so it's all shiny now, and what I'm going to do with the rest of these supplies is I'm going to do the background, so let's get started with that. Alrighty, so let's start off with this watercolor first, because it looks pretty light and opaque. Okay, so I went over the background with all of these watercolors, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gouache, it's upside down, okay, and I'm going to go and fill in some areas with the gouache like that. Okay, so I went a little bit farther with the gouache than I intended to. Kind of covered up the design I had going, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these two ballpoint pens, and I'm just going to doodle some under the sea, kind of coral, seaweed things, because Aquaman lives under the sea. So now all I have left are these orange stampers and some of the washi tape. So I think what I'm going to do with the washi tape is I'm going to cut it to fill in one of these anemones or to fill in the seagrass. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to start with the stampers. Alright, so here's the stampers, and I'm just going to put these all along in the bottom, so they're there but they're kind of hidden. And I think that that would be a cool feature for anyone who comes along and just happens to see it. Okay, and I'm just going to blend this out so it doesn't stick out too badly. Because, I don't know, I just don't like the idea of a random pumpkin floating around the bottom of the ocean floor. It just doesn't seem right, you know? Okay. Okay, it's done. Are you ready? Ta-da! So here it is, the finished all orange challenge. I think it turned out pretty good. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give a thumbs up, and if you're not already, please remember to subscribe. Thanks and have a great day.